Fianna Fáil have 10 minutes if you're sharing.
No, I'll be taking the time
Okay.
myself. Thank you.
Donnelly.
Thank you, Cathaoirleach. Minister, I'd like to go back and forth quickly enough if we could. We've been waiting for the last few weeks for the Mazars report. This was a report that was commissioned towards the end of last year, and it looked at the reasons for the cost escalation and so forth. Quite similar, I think, to what the PwC report are looking at. We got the Mazars report about 2 hours ago, and I want to focus my initial questioning there, because it really does put to bed some of the reasons or excuses we've heard so far. According to the Mazars report, the construction costs between April 17 and November 18, so a year and a half, the construction costs went up by 56%. Now, at committee, the first line of defence we got, not from you, but from the department, from the HSE, from the Development Board, was inflation. And in fact, one of your colleagues today at committee was saying this entire thing can be explained away by inflation. The Mazars report gives us the figures we've been waiting for. 56% increase in construction costs in just 18 months. The base case included an assumption on inflation of 4%. And we know from the Institute of Chartered Surveyors that inflation in that year was 6%. So inflation was only 2% more than was allowed for in the contract. Would you accept, given that, given a 56% increase in costs and only a 2% additional inflation, that inflation does not, in fact, explain the vast majority of the cost overrun we're looking at? Thank you.
Minister, just to explain to the House, the 10-minute slots can be taken questions, they'll alternate. Minister Harris.
Thanks, Speaker, and thank you, Deputy Donnelly, for the question. Yes, I would accept that, because it's the truth. It's the truth that you've put on the record of this House. If it was simply a matter of inflation, we wouldn't need an inquiry. If it was simply a matter of inflation, we wouldn't be asking which entities, which companies, if any, which individuals or key roles didn't actually discharge their responsibilities correctly. So whilst inflation is a piece of this, and you've seen the documentation, Deputy Donnelly, you follow this closely, inflation is a piece of it. It does not explain all of this. So therefore, we need to actually allow PwC analyse what did go wrong in relation to other things. I have my own thoughts on that, but I'll come back to you in a moment. I know you want to speak again.